We have two very special guests in our studio today. Jaya Baruganti, she is the president of India Association of Greater Boston. And then we will have Mr. Ali Rizvi. He is the director of IAGB. We will talk to both of them about IAGB as well as upcoming India Day event. First, we are going to talk to Jaya. Jaya, welcome to our studio.
Thank you very much, Upendra, for having me here again.
It's always pleasure to have you here.
And it's my pleasure to be here.
Excellent. Now, I know this is your second year, the 2-year term ending this fall.
Yes.
And you have done a lot of things in the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. This will be your last India Day event as the president of IAGB.
Right.
So let's first talk about some of the major things which you have introduced and added to the IAGB since you became the president.
So, as you know, I've been involved with IAGB for a long time.
Very long
25
time.
years.
Yes.
So are you. And lately, the IAGB had become two event organization, and one of the reason I wanted to take the reins of IAGB was to change that image and bring more community-centric events to IAGB, get community involved in IAGB, bring the organization to community.
So how did you do that?
In order to bring the organization to community, we said, okay, let's move away from the 2 events a year to do more events.
And which are Republic Day and India Day?
Yeah, the 2 events were the flagship Republic Day and India Day. So these are mainly the dances and performances. So move away from that, bring some deep art into it. So we conducted over the 2 years 2 Hindi plays. We had a great response. People really appreciated that.
I attended both of them.
Yes, you did.
Sure.
And we have a big talent of local artists in Massachusetts, in this area. So everyone should get an opportunity to come and perform with IAGB. So that was one thing we did. Introduced the Hindi plays to the organization, brought in Hindi plays to the community. And the second Hindi play was done in collaboration with LEHRE, which is a non-profit organization.
And then the money raised went to LEHRE for
part of the money raised went to LEHRE. In addition to that, when I came, when my term started, I had set up several committees, different committees, to take on different roles. For example, in order to bring the organization to community, we started a...
You mean there are different organizations?
Different chapters within our organizations.
Okay.
So one of them was community services, which was headed by Susanna Venurao and Saeed Ali Rizvi. And Susanna was the chair for it, and the purpose was to do the community services, through which we did Walk for Hunger, supported Walk for Hunger. We also, her theme was No Kid Hungry. So we raised money for that. We donated money. We also helped recognize Seva and We Care charities through that. The second subcommittee we started was community collaboration, where we would try to bring all organizations together, not us as a leader, but us as a part of the.
You mean the different Indian American organizations?
Different Indian-centric organizations.
Okay.
So that we collaborate with all of them, and we bring all of them together. We do provide more services, build bridges, and mainly demonstrate our power. If all organizations are together, if all members are together, then we are like 70,000 people in Massachusetts. So that was the first step.
And I think in that context, IAGB has also organized a community appreciation event or something like that.
Yes, that is correct. Last year, and you have a good memory.
Yeah.
Last year we had community appreciation luncheon, where we invited all the community leaders from different organizations media, of course, and all the past presidents, our advisory committees, our sponsors, our supporters, our members.
And how many people you had attend that event?
That was by invitation to members and all these people, and we had about 120 people.
That's very good
attend the
number.
event.
Sure.
It was the restaurant was full. It was one of the most talked about event last year. It was extremely elegant, very nicely. My team helped me to make it a really very nice and very professional thing, and we recognized all the community leaders, the media, and everyone at that event.
Now, moving to the next stage is, I know since your term and your committee's term will be ending in this fall, you must be also getting ready for the elections too. So if you can just talk a little bit about that.
Yes, we are. And we already have a nominating committee in place. It is nominating, it's a 3-member committee. Dr. Kaplesh Kumar, who is a past president, is the chair of the committee, and Mr. Shivashil and Mr. Rajnikant, who are also past presidents, are the members of this nominating committee. We have already announced the nominating committee. After our next week's event, August 20th, we will be going forward with seeking nominations and asking people to...
And you have not set a date yet for the general body meeting where the elections are?
No, we have not set the date yet, but it is going to be in fall sometime, end of September, early October time frame. So the announcements will be coming for that after the event.
So now you have taken all these new initiatives in IAGB, which has been really great and very successful. Now, what do we expect from the next committee?
I hope that the new initiatives we have planted, the new ideas we have brought in, are moved forward. The people take those things forward and really grow into those things, bring them to community, make IAGB not as an elite club but as a community organization. That is the ultimate goal, and I hope new committee does that.
And you have no desire to rerun for the...
I haven't thought about it.
Okay.
I'm so involved right now with the August 20th program. The thought hasn't crossed my mind yet.
Okay. So now, if in the elections, so you will have a new executive committee, new president, new office bearers,
Yes,
and also new board of directors.
that is correct.
And that will be all for a 2-year term.
That will be the term 2017-2019.
Okay. Now, coming towards the end in our conversation right now, is this will be also your last India Day event
That is correct.
at Hatchell
Yes.
as the president of
Yes.
IAGB. How do you look at that?
I'd say it's a very challenging job. It's a lot of work. It's not just, people should not join, after my experience, I would say this, after these many years experience, that people should join IAGB not to just come on stage and perform. They should join IAGB, keeping in mind that it is really a lot of work. It's very challenging work. It keeps you busy every minute of your day. And people should jump into it if they are ready for the community services.
Excellent. And now we'll be joined by Ali Rizvi, and he's going to talk in more details about the India Day event. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much
studio.
for inviting me here
Absolutely.
today. And
Anytime.
thank you. Come to India Day event on August 20th. I hope to see all of you there.
Ali, welcome to our studio.
Hi, thank you.
This is the first time you are here.
My very first time.
So doubly welcome.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So now we got a very good overview with Jaya about IAGB and what a wonderful your team has done in the last couple of years. Now let's switch gear to India Day, which is a very important day, and we are very glad that it is happening at Hatchell, despite all the security issues and everything else. So again, congratulations and thanks for doing this there at Hatchell. Let's start with some basic details, if you can provide when, where, how, and then get into the logistics part of the India Day.
Okay. So let me first thank you for having us for
Sure.
the first time, me at least, to talk about the India Day. INE is doing a great work for the community.
Thank you.
For many, many years now, to reach a wider audience, to have a greater impact, it's good to go through your services and then use you.
Thank you.
To help us promote and propagate our event at the Hatch Shell. So
Thank
thank
you.
you for the work you're doing.
Sure.
In terms of the event, this is at the Hatch Shell. The timing is at 3:30 to 8 p.m. in the evening at the Hatch Shell. So we ask people to come in at least by 3 o'clock, not earlier, because they'll be doing a sweeping. The security will be there sweeping all the area. So people will be coming at 3 o'clock at the event, and we ask them to please take ample time to come at their own leisure, but find parking space, because there's no parking space around the Hatch Shell.
Sure.
So they may have to go to the side streets and park their cars there, and there are many other garages that they can park themselves and then come to the event. There are 3 entrances to the main event area where they'll be scanned to come in. One is at the very
So everyone who is attending has to pass through security, like last year.
every single one, anybody, VIP, non-VIP, and for us, everybody who's coming is a VIP.
Okay.
So they all have to be scanned in. There is security to make sure they're all safe, because safety is a very important aspect
Sure.
for all of us. So there are 3 entrances. One is at the right behind the stage, the Hatch Shell. There's one entry there. Then one is at the very end of the Hatch Shell, which is the overpass coming from the other side of the road into our Hatch Shell. The third is along the river. These 3 will be manned by the private security, and they'll make sure that when you come in. So I would ask people not to bring in large backpacks and so on and so forth, to make them easier and quicker to come to the event area. But they can bring in their own umbrellas, not to bring kites and balloons. They are forbidden. And there's some other things that are forbidden to bring in, and it can be found on the website that we have at IAGB.org, where we have given some ideas, do's and don'ts for our guests to come in.
Excellent. Now let's talk about first cultural program. What is the theme this year, and what should we expect there?
So the theme, India is a very huge country with a lot of culture, traditions, north, south, east, west, and a lot of things are happening here and elsewhere. And so the theme this year was unity in diversity. In that, what we want to do is to bring about, through music, an understanding and appreciation of what India is all about. And truly, the art of the music has no boundary. It transcends all caste, creed, color. So we have about 21 groups performing on the stage, and each one has about 10, 12, 13, 14 performers, and they have worked very hard for the last couple of months to bring this unique presentation at IAGB's event. And about 300 or so performers will perform on the
300?
stage. Yes, 300 performers. So you name any regional organization, any cause-specific organization, music schools, dance schools, choreographers. We reached out to everyone. So this is the cream of the crop that you will see for our event on the August.
You have any estimate about how many people you expect there?
We are told that at any given point in time at the IAGB's Hatch Shell event, between 7,000 to 13,000 people actually come and pass through those. Actually, the space that is earmarked for us, not counting people who are not into our event, passing by on the sidewalk, jogging on the river, if they also listen to music, not including those who come to our event, is about 7,000 to 13,000 people at our event.
Okay, now one more clarification if you can give, that we have heard and we are told it is a myth or it's a fact that after 4th of July event, the IAGB India event is the largest at Hatch Shell.
No, you are right. I mean, we also heard this from some people at the DCR. And
DCR is?
This is the organization that looks after the Hatch Shell,
Okay.
all the bookings, the arrangements that they do, security and so on and so forth.
Okay.
It's a government organization.
Okay.
And it's a great event to be done right here. So a lot of people are involved. For example, from our committee, we have got Sanjay Gowda, who's a treasurer, and Avinash Patil, our secretary, who are involved from IAGB on a daily basis with this group to make sure that we have all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. So many things to be done to make sure where we are coming, how we are coming, when we will come in, and how do we have security for the people, young and the old and not so old. It's a lot of work to be done. So the DCR does it here, and they told us that after the 4th of July, this is perhaps the second most large event, which is in terms of the size of people coming in.
Attending
people, yes.
Okay. Now, let's talk about food, because food is a big thing at this IAGB Hatch Show. Who is the vendor and what's happening there on that front?
So we are glad that we have got a huge range of wonderful restaurants and cuisines available from India. This one organization called One World Cuisine, they have been a very great supporter and sponsor of IAGB in India Day, and this year also they have the contract to provide India's cuisine to our guests and visitors. So from samosas to kachoris to jalebis to dahi badas to
Ganne ka juice,
the whole 9 yards. It's
Sure.
all there. So when people come in there, you sit for some while, you watch some dance shows, you walk back, you get some food, you come back again, sit on the green grass and enjoy the performance. So you would have a taste of every conceivable food dish that you can think of available to you right there. And they, by the way, don't bring it cold. It's cooked right there on the premises.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what about the vendors, for example? I think at the India Day, one of the attraction is that you have so many different vendors selling so many things. Talk a little bit about that. How many vendors we expect and what type of vendors you will have there?
So you're right. First of all, it's like a mela. You can think of in Indian terms. This is like a mela. So we have grown beyond anybody's imagination. Jerry was mentioning about 70,000 people in the area, but I have some figures in the New England area, about 120,000 Indians living, including Boston and Massachusetts and other states as well, close by. And some are newcomers, some are old, some have been here for 30, 40 years. There's a huge gap between all of these people. So some people feel the need to have in one place the food, the clothes, the services. So the vendors that we have are from all walks of life, from people who are in the, say, as realtors or as accountants or attorneys or hospitals coming in. The government, Department of Justice is having a table there. The police, state police is having a table there. Imane organization is having a table there. So there are many, many organizations, vendors, people are selling their own Indian jewelry, costumes, saris, kurtas, shalwar suits, you name it. It's all there. So you enjoy, you come in, you enjoy the food, you bring your friends, you bring your family, and you eat and network with these vendors, because they are looking for an Indian audience, and the Indian audience gets everything under one place.
Now, is it still a spot open if some more vendors wants to come?
Yes, it's open for anybody else. We have got right now, I think 45
Booths.
approximate booths or tables that we have, which are on the periphery of the hatch shell.
Sure.
So if they want to contact us, they can reach us at IAGB at iagb.org, and we have got Praveen Nadasota and Jayashri Varaganti, our president. They are looking after the sponsorships and advertisements, and people who want to display or sponsor the event, they can reach out to us and we can help them. We still have space available, yes.
Okay. And what about the advertising space in the booklet, which is also very popular, which you distribute there?
It is very popular, and it has got wonderful articles, and it has got messages by the governor, by the senators, plus a whole lot of our own community who's offering, from accounting to architects to media. You have it's all there. So even if they want to contact us for spaces, they can go onto our website, iagb.org. /events or payments, and they'll see the cost for tables availability and the ads, full page ad, half page ad, quarter page ads. They can all do that.
Are you ready to announce the chief guest?
We have written to and again, we want to have some meaningful chief guests who can come in and talk to us, because we are right now going through a difficult phase in some parts of the country with some attacks and some discrimination. So we want to have somebody coming in who can talk to us as Indian Americans here, because we are an important part of the society here, and talk to us and say, look, we are very much needed, wanted, welcome, and a part of society here. So we have written to a few high-profile people, but as you know, with high-profile people, until the very end, they cannot commit to you. We are waiting for some responses to come in, but we have a good speaker.
Excellent. One last thing I forgot to ask Jaya. She mentioned that, of the new initiatives, one of the new initiatives is the newsletter, IAGB newsletter, which you send out once a month. And she mentioned that if you are a 501c3 organization,
yes,
you don't have to pay anything. I just wanted to clarify that. So if any organization in this area who has a 501c3 status, if they are doing something, they are having an event, or they want to let Indian American community know, they can send that information to IAGB and they will put it in their monthly newsletter.
That's absolutely correct. So we have a newsletter from IAGB every month. Our editor is a board director, Zaira Khan. And so every month, I think 6th or 7th of every month, we send out this newsletter to all our thousands of members of IAGB. And in that, you're right, anybody, any non-profit organization, as long as they are within the mission of the 501c3s, they can give us their article, newsletter, program, events, what are they doing? And we will have them in our newsletter free of charge.
I just want to clarify, I mean, there are many organizations who can have a 501c mission, but they may not have that legal status. So I just wanted to clarify that in order to have that pre-publicity there, you need to have the official status of 501c3, or you just need to have a mission?
To the best of my knowledge, I think it is you have to have the 501c3 status.
Exactly. I just wanted to make
yes.
that. Okay. Lisa, thank you very much for coming.
Oh.
And looking forward to the India Day. And I'm here in the town, I have always attended that, and it's a great event, and all the best for the event.
Oh, thank you so much, and we look forward to having many of our well-wishers, our sponsors, volunteers, organizations. So please do come, because when we do this event, Upendra ji, if you have large audience, they come and enjoy.
Absolutely.
So जो भी आप काम करते हैं, if they enjoy it, you're happy about it.
Sure.
So please come, bring your family and friends. And again, a big thanks to all our sponsors. One is Howard Pilgrim Healthcare is our corporate sponsor, and we have also Turkish Airlines, our corporate sponsors, and of course the One World Cuisine. So thank you to all the sponsors and the vendors and supporters and donors and our members. Please come in and join us on August 20th at 3:30 at the Hatchel. It's a great event, I promise you. And before we go away, Upendra bhai, ek sher aapke liye nazar kar दूं मैं ये.
Sure.
A few days ago we had this Raksha Bandhan, and IAGB's events, of course, what we see today is not because we happened yesterday or 2 days ago. These things have matured over 30-40 years.
Sure.
So इन दोनों को एक शेर में मैं पेश करता हूँ, और शेर था,
ये आपकी कंपोजिशन है या?
मेरा नहीं, ये एक मुनव्वर साहब है, उनका फैजाबाद के हैं, उनका शेर है ये, कि किसी के जख्म पर चाहत से पट्टी कौन बांधेगा, किसी के जख्म पर चाहत से पट्टी कौन बांधेगा, अगर बहनें नहीं होंगी तो राखी कौन बांधेगा, और तुम्हारी महफिलों में हम बड़े बूढ़े जरूरी हैं, अगर हम ही नहीं होंगे तो पगड़ी कौन बांधेगा.
Excellent. Very good. Excellent. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you.
Absolutely.